My journey is no different. My story is no different. Bill
Yeah.
Gates, some people might have heard of Bill Gates, right?
Yes.
Most successful people in history. He failed the exam that his friend aced, and his friend ended up working at Microsoft, the company that he owned. Interesting that, isn't it? Steve
Yeah.
Jobs was kicked out of his own company, and
Yeah.
eventually he came back later on. He done a lot of stuff in the interim.
Yeah.
It's things that we can learn from these people because it's the journey. Success is not about the business. It's not about the money. It's not about what you gain from it. It's about the insight, the knowledge, the wisdoms that you gain, and who and what you become in the process. Practice does not make perfect. Practice is about progress. Practice makes permanent. It's about the lessons learned. And see, the thing is, the student doesn't really understand. There's so many amateurs out there. The master has failed more times than the student has even attempted.
Yeah.
Every master was once a disaster, including me. It's about the knowledge that you gain, and it's about intention and integrity. It's about understanding value systems and the belief systems. This is key. So all these knowledge that I've learned, that's what's propelled me to success. So fast forward many years with the current company. Last year, I was the number one recruiter in Europe, number 3 globally. I've personally recruited over 100 people. The team's grown to a couple of hundred people. I've got pharmacists, nutritionists, holistic practitioners, doctors, athletes, osteopaths. I've got suicide prevention expert. I've got stroke and neurological therapists. I've got a semi-pro footballer, semi-pro basketball player. I've got a basketball player who's drafted into the national team. I've got martial arts experts. I've got another kickboxing world champion who's a functional neurologist. They refer me clients. I've built a very powerful unit. I've got people on my team who basically own care homes, restaurants and hotels because the product works. They're not network marketers. So I run my network marketing business as a network marketing stroke consultancy firm. But out of the 200 people, there's only about 5 to 10 people I speak to. I don't speak to the rest of my team. And this is important to understand because I was getting frustrated. I went onto a forum with other multi-million network marketers and I said, I've developed the skills. This is what I've done. I've got here. I can't duplicate it into my team. It's frustrating. And they said to me, you can't duplicate yourself. You can only duplicate a system. But they said it's the same in anything in life. This individual was a top recruiter in the corporate world, went to network marketing, became a 7-figure income earner. They said, you got to look. They found this pattern in the corporate world and in network marketing. Less than 3% of the population succeed at anything. And that people simply don't have the drive. They don't have the determination. They don't have the determination to learn. I am a lifelong student. I'm not a coach first. I'm not a business owner first. I'm not an entrepreneur first. I'm none of those things. I am a lifelong student. All I know is that I know nothing. I learn and learn and learn and learn, and I keep learning.
Yeah.
The success is to learn, unlearn, and relearn, and continue that cycle again and again and again. We learn a skill, we earn from that skill, and we return that skill. And from the value that we put into the world, that's what we're paid up on. Too many people in network marketing, unfortunately, want to make money and they haven't earned the right. They haven't learned the skills. I love network marketing, but the problem with network marketing is less than 3% of the population are at a conscious level. The rest of the population are non-thinking entities, and that's a huge problem. And that's why it drains people, and that's why it gets such a stigma, because the reality is the conscious mind processes about 40 bits of data per second, which is a lot of data. Do you know how much data the subconscious or unconscious mind processes per second?
No.
Take a guess.
100.
How much?
100.
Okay, so you're going to be surprised. So the conscious mind processes 40 bits of data per second. The unconscious mind, the subconscious mind, and they can't quantify the full amount, but it's at least 40 million bits of data per second.
Oh.
So what does that mean in reality? What that means in reality is if we've got unresolved trauma from childhood, if we've got poor programming, if we've got stress, if we've got conflicted beliefs, and we haven't resolved that beliefs, then what that means is we are a non-thinking entity. We are a product of our environment, our friends, our family, our school, our education. We are living the dogma of religion, of business, of information that's passed down. As Steve Jobs says, we are living the dogma of dead people.
Yeah.
And that's what happens. People haven't progressed. I've had to learn and unlearn and be broken down to break through conditioning because I wasn't caught soon enough. And I was able to come through purely because of determination, drive, persistence, perseverance. By rights, I should not be here. But by the grace of God, I can't take any human credit. Whatever your belief is, whether it's God, creator, source, higher being, I don't know, but it's not me. Something's walked me through this when I was broken, and I'm here to tell the tale and share the story with you today. And the book's coming out, and I'm really excited to share this message with the world. But we have to understand what's going on, because if we haven't resolved that trauma, we're non-thinking entities. So when I speak to people, I'm not selling products, I'm not selling services, I'm not even trying to coach or entertain people. I'm just trying to identify, are you thinking or are you non-thinking? If you're thinking, I'll help you. If you're not thinking, I love you, but I can't help you. As Jesus said on the cross, forgive them, Father, for they know not what they do.
Yeah.
Very, very important to understand this, because separates us from animals is our ability to think and to feel. Animals, let's give an example. In the jungle, you got the lion. It wakes up and it wants food. It's hungry. It sees a gazelle. It starts to chase the gazelle. It comes up slowly first. The gazelle is grazing, minding its own business, and then it senses the predator, the lion. It goes into fight or flight mode. It runs. Now the lion starts chasing it. The lion is running to have breakfast.
Yeah.
The lion is running to stay alive. What thing's going to happen? If the lion catches the gazelle, it's dead. It's game over. If it doesn't, then it's thinking, this is too hard. I'm going to catch an easy meal. I'll just wait until someone else catches something and it sits. Now, this is what's fascinating. When the gazelle knows that the lion's not there, there's no more danger, right?
Yeah.
No more danger. It goes back into homeostasis. It goes back into peace. Because it can't think, it can't store emotions. Human beings, we can store thoughts, feelings, and emotions. It is our greatest gift and blessing, but also our greatest curse. Albert Einstein talks about this, where he talks about the master and the mind, the subconscious and the conscious, but it's even more powerful than that, because if we don't have this information, if we allow our hearts and our feelings to override the mind, then the servant becomes the master and the master becomes a servant, and that's when it becomes a problem. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Wow. That's quite deep.
Yeah. This is what I coach my guys. I don't talk about business or money or anything. I talk about actually identifying people. So this is very important to understand, because we've got the mind, the heart, and the gut. The mind, the conscious mind, that's just logic. That's process information. Very simple. The heart is the feelings. And you've got the gut, which is the gut mind. The gut mind is actually the most powerful mind. And the information processes through the gut first, then the heart, and then the mind. That's why they call it gut instinct.
Yeah. I see.
And one of my business partners in San Francisco, she's a functional nutritional lab practitioner. She used to consult for the federal government. And they referred athletes and bodybuilders to her whose bodies were falling apart. 2 of them she helped win bodybuilding state championships. Her and her husband have got a real estate business. Prior to 2008, they were multimillionaires. They lost everything in the crash. They rebuilt it, but because of her health, she developed anxiety, stress, depression. She lost hair. They couldn't figure out what was wrong. They thought it was stress and burnout. Turned out she's got hypothyroid. They didn't know for a decade. She was an expert. Someone referred her to me last year. She was using a product, this solution that I use, and basically she doesn't have hypothyroid anymore. The doctor wants to know what's going on. She's one of my business partners. She's a gut expert. She's taught me all about the gut. So people don't understand. We store emotions, and if we don't resolve this, then we are a non-thinking entity. So I don't sell a product. I don't sell a service. I cast a vision. I raise, develop, and create leaders, and I help people basically deconstruct their lives, deconstruct all their thought processes and patterns that aren't serving them on a very deep level. Most people come to me, they want to make money, they want to do business. And then I'm like, okay. And then, oh, we got these issues. No, I don't want to deal with that. I want to deal with this issue. Well, that's the real issue. If they don't want to deal with that, then I don't work with them. And I tell my business partners, I give you my trust, I give you my friendship. We're here to do business. But I've got the project, the system, the processes, everything in place. There's only one variable. Do you know what that is? They're like, no. I said, it's you, because I don't know you. I said, you have friendship, you have my trust. My friendship and trust is yours to lose, not to gain. You already have it. But if I see patterns that are not serving, I said, I'll go, you won't see me again. So we have to protect our environment, because I understand the energy. Because I've had these seizures, I'm not having them again for anyone. I'm protecting myself. So it's important to understand that. So if we haven't resolved this trauma from childhood and we've got conflict, we're under stress, prolonged stress, our IQ is reduced by 50%. That puts pressure on the body. We're induced stress. That's not healthy. If we do that, we're toxic. We don't attract what we want. We attract what we are. We attract more toxicity in people, situations, circumstances, and events. If we do that, then what's happening is, whether it's a friendship, a relationship, and you're having children or building a business, all you're going to do is create more toxicity. So I identify people very quickly. Are you toxic or non-toxic? If you're toxic, I can't work with you. If you're willing to change, I'll give you one chance. No more after that. If you're non-toxic, we can have a conversation about business. And one thing that helps me is, and this may help your viewers, is framing things. So if you look at children, when babies learn to walk, they keep falling over, right?
Yeah.
Have you seen any parents kick a child and tell them to walk faster?
No.
I don't know, some people might, but most people don't, right? Normal people, because we allow them to learn to walk. So when people, whether it be a child, a teenager, an adult, an employee, an employer, a business owner, an investor, a billionaire, a prime minister, it doesn't matter who it is. I don't see people, I see big babies. If I can identify that they're thinking and they're an adult, we'll have a civilized conversation like you and I are having. If they're a baby and if they're toxic, I'm not your babysitter, I'm not your nanny, I'm not your coach, I'm not your therapist. You go pay with the babies in the creche, you go see a therapist. When you figured it out, come and find me. Until then, I'm sorry, but my doors are closed. So that really helps me. I hope that can help your listeners as well. And the other thing I'm going to touch on very briefly, have you seen the movie The Matrix?
Yes, the blue pill, red pill, is it?
Yeah. Now, that movie, for me, all I'm doing is sharing beliefs. That, for me, is not a movie. That's a documentary. That's a blueprint for life. If you look at Neo's journey, that's a hero's journey. We're all Neo on a journey. We just don't realize it. Now, I've had my Oracle. I've had my Morpheus. If you look at the end of the movie, he gets shot, he comes back to life, and he moves independently of the Matrix. He doesn't see the world the way other people do. He just sees green lines, right?
Yeah.
Through my seizures, I've woken up. I don't see the world the way other people do. I just see green lines. That's what helps me operate very simply, very succinctly, very quickly. And something else, I might be a bit controversial. If you're religious, please close your ears, don't listen. I'm not here to offend religious people. But if we look at the pattern of Neo in that movie and Jesus Christ, 3 days he resurrected. Neo was shot and came back to life. If you turn around Neo, it's the one. Jesus said, follow me. I'm the truth. I'm the light. And I'm the way. Whoever follows me shall have eternal life. He never forced anything on anyone. And I learned from the Bible. I learned from Neo. And here's what's fascinating. I went on a very powerful leadership program and it messed up my mind. But I didn't realize the writers of Matrix were on that same program that I was before me.
Wow.
Quite fascinating. So I've learned a lot of information. It's not about business. It's about acquiring knowledge and information. Knowledge is power if it's implemented. So fast forward through all of this, I built my network marketing team, and then it's been a struggle. I've struggled during lockdown. And then last year, October, I met someone online. We met in person. I'm really happy with that. I've got a partner and we're building an empire together. Now, in January this year, I was, without mentioning any names, I was headhunted by a billionaire. One of my personal friends I met many years ago, they've got a strawberry farm. They supply directly to Walmart and supermarkets. I spoke at one of his charity events a couple of years ago, less than 80 people in a room in a dingy little football club in Midlands. I didn't think anything of it. I found out recently the net worth of that room was £3.2 billion.
Wow.
Not all that glitters is gold. Close up, even salt looks like sugar. You can't tell until you taste it. Too late then. So one of the guys in his network was a billionaire, very successful individual. I was drafted in to work with them because of my expertise in network marketing. It was another network marketing company, not mention any names, which uses trading. Again, nothing wrong with trading. So I was focused on what I was doing. I said, I'm committed. I don't have time. But because of the connection, I trust them. That trust was transferred onto the successful individual. And basically, I just jumped in because it's not every day you get to work with a billionaire. As I worked there, again, no issues with any individuals, no judgment. But because of my experience in network marketing, I saw a lot of red flags. I saw patterns that weren't serving me. I saw a lot of things there which were triggering my past, but these were my safety mechanisms because this isn't right. And I found a lot of things there which weren't serving me. And I've got to be careful what I'm saying because it's very sensitive information, but it just wasn't for me. And luckily, because of all the experiences, that saved me. And I jumped out after 96 hours. But for me, if I bring people in and they lose money, that's very high risk because all I have is my reputation, my credibility, my brand.
Yeah.
I'm willing to risk that for anyone anymore. Because in the past, what happened was, like I said, imagine that you're building a car. You need the parts, right?
Yeah.
The parts in the garage, they put it together, you drive it. I'm the parts man. I don't find the parts find me. In the past, I'll put it to the engineers, they'll drive the car and leave me on the curb. That's not happening to me anymore. So because of that, I stepped back. And what I realized that in that environment was that my need to become successful, for stressing and striving to get ahead, it actually was nothing to do with business. It was nothing to do with money. It was to gain the recognition, acceptance of my father and my mother and my siblings. And I'd done crazy things to do that. It's insane. And I spoke to one of my business partners, who's a pharmacist, because I had a breakdown. And she said to me, she said, James, you're fine. There's nothing wrong with you. You need to shut out the noise. So I went away with my girlfriend for the weekend and I said to her, I'm building this business empire. If I lose you in the process, what's the point? I said, if that's the price I got to pay, I don't want it. I'm content being happy and peace. And when I found peace, then everything shifted. And we've got to realize why we do what we do, the way we do it, how we do it, and the intention. That is key. I mentioned that earlier. So all these lessons have been life-saving for me. And if it was someone else, they could have died in that experience. But also what I learned was I had a breakdown because I was picking up other people's trauma. Now, have you seen the film Green Mile?
No, I haven't.
Without giving too much away, it's a very old movie. And basically, it's on death row. There was a big black guy there, 1920s, got wrongly committed. He didn't do anything. And he was a healer. He would take people's trauma, get sick, and then it would come out his mouth through flies. I realized in that moment, I'm that individual. I'm a healer. Everywhere I go, I take on other people's trauma. That's why I've got to be very careful who I allow into my environment because I'm an empath as well. So I've learned about myself. It's never about anyone else. Whether people do good, do bad, or try and tear you apart, I'm grateful to everyone because if it wasn't for them, I wouldn't have learned about myself. It's never about them. It's about learning about me and learning about ourselves. It's about self-discovery because we walk this path alone. Some people join us for a period, some people leave. But the moment we realize we're alone, that's when true power comes from because we don't need anything from anyone. And that is the key to success in life. Like, I don't need to be wearing a shirt or have a nice background or whatever. I'm just here sharing the information. It's not about the shiny, superficial surface. It's about the depth of the knowledge and the insights and the reflection, because that is what saves lives. And it's important to have that knowledge and expertise. So fast forward again, all these things have happened. I've got powerful knowledge and amazing things have happened. I got drafted to share that information, which has been rolled out to management at Nike, Adidas, and Sports Direct. I make people in property now. The network marketing company, I make an income weekly, which is really good. I'm excited about that. In the last 10 years, they've done close to $1 billion. So they're not a startup, they're established. They operate in 33 countries, including the UK. They've been in the UK for 7 years, 8 years. No one knows about them. No traction, no awareness, no exposure, no marketing, no leadership, no no one like me talking about it. And what's exciting is it's the best kept secret. There's several universities, medical universities in America, that have been awarded over $10 million to research this technology. The medical, academic communities and pharmaceutical industry are racing around the clock to discover a breakthrough drug to get the recognition. They haven't been able to do it in the last 10 years. Sorry about that. It's highly unlikely they'll be able to do it in the next 10 years. Even if they do it in the next 6 years, I don't need 6 years. I need 6 to 9 months with the right team, and that's life changing. I'm 2 positions away from diamond. By July, I'll be diamond. Diamond makes a significant income, but for me, it's not about the money. I can do more good because my mission is to set up a charity where I can give this product to people for free that can't afford it for 3 months. Because what I found a year and a half ago was that I stopped taking it. When I stopped taking it, my stress levels went up. I started taking it, I was fine. So I realized at that point, I don't care if no one ever buys anything from me again. This is a non-negotiable, number one priority. I'm committed, I'm convicted, I'm a customer for life. And it was my conviction what people buy, because people don't buy my product. They buy my conviction, my energy, and my trust. And that's why they join me. And this is what I was finding difficult, because I wasn't able to duplicate into that my team, because my team haven't got the awareness and energy that I've got. So key thing. So now what I do is I work with businesses, high-level individuals, and I build in teams. So one of the guys I'm signing up, he's got a rapid response security business. He needs a product. We're going to help him get signed up. He's got 66 members of staff. And I said to him, very simple, you don't tell him about product, services, network marketing, or anything. You get me on the Zoom call with them. I'll share them the information. They'll sign up. They want to use the products. That's how we do business. Very simple. I don't even operate like a network marketer because I've been trained by different modalities in raising finance, and it's about having the right team in place. So I do those things. I connect people in business. That's 4 multiple streams of income. And within the last 72 hours, I've had life-changing information, which I'd love to share with you now, if that's okay.
Yes, please. Absolutely.
Yeah. So one of my business partners many years ago, I was in her team and we stayed connected. We've got a very powerful relationship, but it's a personal relationship. I didn't understand her track record. She approached me last year. I wasn't in the right headspace. We had a conversation on Saturday with her and her partner. I was blown away. Her partner was the youngest chiropractor in Sweden. He's one of the top medical professionals on the planet. Now, he loves the network marketing model. He loves the network marketing systems, but he doesn't get involved because he said there's a big problem. The consciousness of the people, which is what we were talking about, is too low, so he won't get involved. That's why I've been getting the seizures. It makes sense now. It's because the energy of the people around me. So now I've built it, I'm stepping back. But what they're doing is life-changing. Basically, he was commissioned by the North Cyprus government 4 years ago to build a new city, which is insane. Now, South Cyprus is Greece, that's part of the EU. North Cyprus is Turkey. That was basically under martial law and the UN. So it was a war zone. You couldn't go there before. Legislation.
I lived in Cyprus for years. I know the history very well.
Wow. See, I'm telling you, the synchronicities is crazy, right? It's insane. What are the chances? What are the chances? Oh,
Yeah.
God.
I know the Papa there, which is controlled by the UN, because Nicosia is a divided city, isn't it? Yeah, so yeah, absolutely.
It's crazy, right? Now, I didn't know about you. I didn't know who you were last week, and this is crazy. Now, North Cyprus, I found out about this. Now, they've acquired a lot of land. NDA, I can't explain how much, but basically, they've got a lot. And they've been commissioned by North Cyprus government to build 3,000 apartments and building a state-of-the-art research facility, health, science, and medical. And they've got access to top research institutes and fellows from Oxford, Cambridge, and Harvard, and the top institutes across the globe. Now, within the next 12 months, the first phase is they're building 200 to 300 apartments. And the research facility, because they're converting a hotel, 67-room hotel, they're converting that within the next, that should be done by May time. And that's really exciting. Now, not only that, but they're connected directly to Tony Robbins, which is insane.
Wow.
So this is life-changing. And have you heard of Dr. Bruce Lipton?
Yes, yeah.
Have you heard of Dr. Joe Dispenza?
Oh, yes, yeah, Dispenza, yeah.
They've both been commissioned to come and speak the retreat when it's finished.
Wow.
Not only that, but this project is being monitored and regulated very closely by the Nobel Prize Committee.
Brilliant.
And
Wow.
I've got contacts with people that are very high up in the Red Cross as well. So I'm connected everywhere. Now, this is crazy because they're building a city there. I've been brought on as a business development consultant because of all the skills I've learned through network marketing and the other arenas. And I'm a business development consultant for a city that's been built. Now they've got access to 100 companies that want to export produce, and they think about international trade. Well, guess what? Another one of my personal friends who's got a startup company is an international trade.
Wow.
And once that goes ahead, that's life changing. So I'm far ahead now, and things are moving very rapidly. So my plan is once this is all set up and it's all put in place, I'm leaving the UK. I'm relocating to North Cyprus. I'm not coming back to the UK. Well, I'll get properties here and stuff, but I'm not coming back unless it's a speaking gig or meet someone like you or do charity work. Because there's so much negativity and drama. I'm not built for the UK. I've tried to get away before, and this is my exit strategy, and it's worked out beautifully. It found me. I didn't find it.
Yeah.
What is exciting is that once this is rolled out and completed, they've already got the go ahead to roll out this same project in Dubai, Australia, and Jamaica. They're currently in conversations with the governments of India, Singapore, Bali, Italy, and Nigeria, and we will get the contracts. And once we get that in place, we'll pull it back. So I'm recruiting and basically people that have been in property sales in the UK and abroad for 20 years to help us sell the property there. I've got investors who are going to invest. We're building a new city. Now, one of my personal friends, he's in construction. He's done developments around the world. Just happens that he bought a football club last year and he's interested in North Cyprus. Another one of my friends has got a £10 million portfolio. He wants to fly there and check it out. On Saturday, when this happened, another one of my friends who was referred me 2 years ago popped up on my Facebook timeline. Haven't spoken to him for a year. Started speaking. Guess where he's from?
North Cyprus.
What are the chances? It's crazy, right? What are the chances?